Alright everyone, I just finished recording a video, but I felt like it was too real to share, but it was good to talk out my thoughts. So yesterday, Ash and I think we made one of the most difficult decisions we've made in our life. We really had three potential outcomes. The first one was Timber might have bone cancer, so amputating her leg, while it wouldn't save her, it would significantly reduce the pain that she would go through as it progresses. Option number two is Timber has some kind of highly aggressive tissue cancer that removing the leg would remove the primary tumor and would extend her life to 6 months or a year if we follow up with chemo. And then option number three didn't become a thing until yesterday when she was at the vet, which is she has a highly aggressive cancer that, while aggressive, if we acted quick enough, could save her life, in that the cancer is aggressive locally. We found out the first two options on Tuesday. We found out the third option yesterday following x-rays. So we made the difficult choice to remove her hind leg because best case scenario is it cures her, or other scenarios is it extends her life and it reduces the total suffering. We really love our animals. Our animals in our household they're very, very special to us. We don't have kids. These are our children. And because of the way we treat our animals, they have so much character and uniqueness, and they're their own individuals. We talk to them like they're humans. They talk back. They have personality. It's really hard to describe. But we love our animals to the moon and back. So when I tell you moving forward with what we did yesterday, it was really hard to do. So Timber's from the pound. When she was a puppy, I went on a business trip, and Ash calls me on the phone when I got off the plane, or I was about to get on the plane to fly home, and she's like, "There's this dog out by the trash cans, and she's so cute, and can we keep her?" And we already had Mars. And I'm the typical man, no, we don't need another dog. So Ash, called the pound, and the pound came and got her. She had mange. Oh my God, she had so much mange, fleas, just a street dog through and through. And I remember coming home, and Ash would not leave me alone about her. She was like, "We gotta go see her. We gotta go to the pound. We gotta make sure she's okay." And Timber was just because of the mane, she was I don't know how to describe it. Cute, but, like wounded, cute, adorable, but just ugly. um, but Ash just would not drop it. So I remember we went to the pound. And we got to the pound, and I'd only seen a photo of Timber. I hadn't actually seen Timber. And here we go back there, and all the dogs are, they're howling and growling, and all of them are just desperate. The pound is a very, very depressing place to go to. And we get to Timber's prison cell. And here's this young pup. Couldn't have been 6 months old. And she's in the corner of her cell. Just absolutely, I can't even describe it. It was one of the saddest states, yet heart-tugging, vulnerable states I've ever seen. And we're walking to the prison cell, and Timber sees us, and she was like back in the corner, just sitting there looking down in the back. She sees Ash and just perks up immediately. You, I know you. And that was when I first met Timber. And before we left the pound, we went and we talked to them, and we found out everything we could do to help. And we joined the adoption, or the the foster program. And we became Timber's foster parent. And from that day forward, every day we could go visit Timber in the pound. Ash made me go see her, and we went there. We saw Timber every day. And she got all her vaccines. They got the mange under control. And it came time to take her home until they could find a suitable family. And she came home with us. I don't know how long we had her, but I knew the minute she came home that she was going nowhere else. Because I remember that evening, Ash starts asking me, we're going to adopt her. She just basically starts telling me we're going to adopt her. I'm going to adopt this dog. And there wasn't nothing I could, the rest was history. There wasn't nothing I could do about it. I think the process took 2 weeks or so, but we adopted her. And she became a permanent member of the family. And we had concerns. One of the reasons we were fostering is she had pretty severe food aggression. We had a cat, and she was pretty aggressive. But when you love someone, and I use the term someone because Timber is someone. She's not a dog to us. Okay? It's an important distinction that needs to be made. You don't give up on them. You do everything it takes to see them succeed, and you grow with them. I remember putting on gloves, training food aggression out of her, and getting bit when she was a puppy. She bit hard. And it took, I don't know, a year of working with her every day, every meal, to get her to give up the food aggression and the possessiveness to the point that it was okay for her to be around others without fear of being bitten. This dog is now 3 years old. And just 3 weeks ago, I learned that she can track deer. She is a cuddler, the lovey-dovey type that just tries to meld with you kind of cuddler. Can't be close enough to you. She is a very, very loving dog. She has personality too. She will talk back to you. She's very unique too in that she growls at you when you play with her. And so to somebody that doesn't know her, it can be quite intimidating, but it's actually just her talking to you. That's how she talks. She's a growler. She'll bark occasionally, but the way she talks is so she always seems mean, but it's just how she talks. It's quite unique. Although yesterday was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, and it was, if you know, some people would say, I can't believe you did that. You know, because when it comes to vets, money is a thing too. But to me, giving this dog, even if it's 6 more months, it's worth every penny. Because this dog is like my daughter. So, this is kind of an update video. You can see she's laying in my lap. I mean, we took her in yesterday and it was so hard because we knew it. Timber didn't know it. Timber hates vets. I remember her going back, just don't leave me. It's as if she's going, it's like the pound. So it's a very hard thing to do, to take her to the vet and leave her at the vet. We got home, they did the chest x-rays, they didn't find any cancer in her organs or her lungs. So that was really good news. That supports option 3 as a possibility. And then the surgery took 3 hours. They removed her entire leg. We're not going to show you that in the video. Sorry if I seem like I'm rambling. There's a point here. The doctor called me at 5 or 6 o'clock last night with some more good news, that they went ahead and removed her entire leg all the way up to the hip, and that was to give the cancer extra margins. I don't know how many of you know about cancer or whatnot, but it's very tricky. It's really about stopping it. It grows exponentially. I won't get into the technicals on it, but basically they took extra margins, which means they cut way outside of the tumor to try to catch as much spread as they could. And she said that based on what was observed, we had good, clean margins, which supports option 3, meaning that the cancer could be aggressive, and we caught it early enough that it was still in a localized stage. We moved very quickly on this. We found out less than a month ago that Timber has cancer. It is still unlikely that she's cured, in that we're talking single cell organisms here, so there's a good possibility that it has already spread elsewhere, and we're too late. But in the low I'm not an odds man. It's a low chance. But I do believe in God. And I believe He's here now. Because we went in yesterday with a dog that had a 6-month prognosis to live. And by yesterday evening, we had some hope. The point is, Timber came home today. And when I tell you our dogs are very loved and they're very unique, Timber came home today a different dog. She was not happy at all. Her ears were pinned back. She was scared. She was drugged up, I will say that, but this wasn't the drugs. When she got in the house, I made her vacuumed out her crate before she came in, put fresh bed linens in, put her toys in there. She went straight to her crate because that's her safe zone. That's where she always go when she's scared. It's either in the crate or it is in my lap. She came in the house. She went straight to the crate. Her ears were pinned back for a very long time. And she was very scared, very terrified. She was very angry with us. She's actually starting to get up a little bit. I set all this stuff out here, and I've been working next to her crate now for probably about 5 hours. And about an hour ago, she was sitting in her crate, giving us the stink eye, the I can't believe you face. And I just looked at her and I told her, as if she were my own daughter, why we had to remove her leg. And I did it. I just started crying when I was telling her this, because she may be a dog, but it's still hard because she understands to some degree communication. And she came out of the crate and she has not left my lap since. It's been at least an hour and a half now that Ash had to go get me a pillow because she won't move. She won't get up. She won't move. This is where she wants to be now. And if that's what she wants, I'm her dad. I'm not going anywhere. The point is, if there's any point to this video outside of an update, is that, if you've got a dog, don't take them for granted. Treat them like they're part of the family. And when I mean treat them like they're part of the family, I mean treat them well. If they get sick, take care of them. Like you would your own children. Talk to them. They have so much to offer. They love you unconditionally. I come home from work every day and my dogs are waiting on me at the door, excited to see me. Ash tells me all the time, Mars is late at the door all day waiting for you to come home. I am so happy to have had Timber with us. I am hopeful, and I'm going to give her every chance that she has to get through this, all the way to the bitter end. It has been a roller coaster, exhausting, but that's our update for you. Yeah. Ash, you got anything to say?
No.
No? It's been a wild couple of days. So keep praying for us. Your prayers are working. And there's a light at the end of this tunnel. So we love you guys. And hopefully Timber will be up moving around. She is not eating or drinking, which is a bit concerning. I forgot to mention that. I'm waiting on the doctor to get back with me to let me know what we might be able to do. But hopefully she'll start eating and drinking this evening. And I mean, we've tried cheese, all the real good stuff, you know. But so far, the best thing that's happened is she came out of the crate. She is using the bathroom. But we'll keep you guys posted on her journey. And yeah, got the next few days are going to be tough. She does get around surprisingly without a leg, but she's also got a 3-day fentanyl patch on her back, so we have to be very, very careful with her, so that she doesn't overdo it, because Timber has a lot of energy. So, well, hello, Mars. Oh, another thing. Just to tell you that dogs are very unique. When Timber came home and she got into her crate, we closed her into her crate for a while just so the other animals, you know, wouldn't bother her or cause her any problems. Mars came over to her crate and laid down and just whimpered. And whimpered and whimpered. So this one right here knows her sister isn't okay. Don't you? So we've kind of just been hanging out here by the crate since we got home. It's been a real emotional time, but I think we're finally taking a moment to pause and breathe again. And just, it's all finally hitting us. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers, and that's really all I gotta say. See you guys.